Hello everyone, and welcome to the episode of the BG Show. I'm here to do a review of Skeleton Crew Season 1, the latest Star Wars show on Disney+. As always, I'm going to start with my non-spoiler thoughts first, so just look at the timestamps if you want to skip forward for spoilers. And my review is super positive. I really like the show. I highly recommend it if you're a big Star Wars fan. If you have kids, obviously, or you want to watch it with kids, even more so. But even just as an adult watching it by myself, I mean, honestly, doing this channel, I'm going to get you a review and watch it anyway. I'm a completionist, right? So if something Marvel or Star Wars or DC comes out, I'm going to watch it. Not always right away, most of the time right away. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, you're a corporate shill, you just watch whatever's given to you. No, I'm just a completionist. If I'm going to discuss Star Wars or Marvel, I want to be able to say I've watched everything so I can really discuss it well. So coming into the show, like I heard the same thing from everyone. Star Wars Goonies, Star Wars Goonies, Star Wars Goonies. That's all anyone heard, all anyone said. And I watched the first 2 episodes and I was like, okay, it's exactly what I expected. It was actually a little bit better than I expected. But it's like, okay, it's going to be a kid show. I'm not going to love it. Then episode 3 and 4 kind of cemented that. And I was like, this is okay. But then 5 to 8, I feel like it really turned around. And I'm super positive about the show. Now, there's different ways to talk about it. There's what the show means for Star Wars. There's the show and its plot in itself. And then there's the making of the show. What excites me about this show is just how the show looks and feels, how it's paced is just so much better than The Acolyte. It's so much better than Book of Boba Fett. It's so much better than, I hate to say it, the Filoni-verse. Filoni has a way of making these Star Wars shows that he thinks look campy, and they don't look campy. They just look bad. And Andor and the show, this is what I imagine a Star Wars show looks like and feels like and paced like. And just the acting, Jude Law is like, this is what it's like to have a real actor with screen presence and charisma. And it's like, why didn't they do this in The Acolyte? Why are they constantly using child actors? This is a real actor. And that's really like the real problem that Star Wars has, in my opinion. I'll keep saying it over and over again. You look at Andor with Stellan Skarsgård and all of those actors. It's about hiring real film directors and real actors. It's not about woke. It's not about their skin color. None of that matters. Their sexual orientation doesn't matter. The reason why Star Wars has gone downhill is because of amateur filmmaking, bad acting, and bad writing. The combination of those 3. And this doesn't have any of that. What I love most about this show is the tech and just everything like sci-fi about the show just looks great. It looks so cool. Brief spoiler, a lightsaber did appear on the show, but I love the way, I'll tell you in spoilers how they used it. I love the way they used it. Not only like plot of the show, but also the way that the lightsaber just looked and felt in the show is how I imagined it looked like. It felt like one of the old lightsabers with new technology, which is not how they look in Ahsoka and in the Filoni shows. They look like light up glow sticks in those shows. So I'm just super positive about the show. And another thing I want to talk about is the ratings don't matter. I'm so sick and tired of people talking about ratings in Disney Plus, and I think these streaming services, from a business standpoint, are really dropping the ball. I understand, okay, you drop a show, you want a lot of people to watch it, because if more people watch it, more people are going to stay subscribed, which means more money. More subscribers means a higher stock price. A higher stock price means happy shareholders and a happy board of directors. I get it. But if you're building a brand, you have to stop looking at right now and look at the entire picture. Yes, the ratings for Skeleton Crew might not be good right now, but if you create quality content 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, people are going to watch Skeleton Crew in 10 years from now with their kids and be like, oh, wow, that's a good show. And that's what's going to keep the brand alive. That intangible value is going to keep the brand alive. It's great if a lot of people watch Star Wars. If a lot of people watch Skeleton Crew and it was bad, that doesn't do anything for you. Okay, you got a bunch of... Who cares? You can't... There's no vending machine where you go cash into viewers for money. It doesn't mean anything. It's a fake metric. The only thing that matters is subscribers and money. But to keep the subscribers long term, I'm talking long term, 50 years of subscribers, you've got to keep the brand alive. And you do that by making shows like this. So I'm going to get into spoilers now, but I just wanted to... people are so lukewarm on this show. I'm very surprised that people can't look beyond the child the child plot, the child acting. Forget about that. Just look at how the show is created. This is the vision of how it should be made. So that's my official non-spoiler review, and this is my official spoiler warning in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Skeleton Crew, I guess I'll start from the beginning. They live on a planet. Even though I did, episode 1 review, I'll just do it for people who haven't seen the show. They live on a planet called Adatin, which is like a secret, very suburban. It looks like a regular American neighborhood, only with like different creatures on it, but very suburban. Almost like, I kept saying the Jetsons, but almost like, they have like not flying cars, but hovering cars. And it looked really cool, like a really cool sci-fi town. And we're following these kids, Neil and Neil, who's the alien. But that's another thing I want to say is I'm so sick and tired of 3-letter Star Wars names. Like Wim, I think his name is Wim. Like, why does every single name, Poe, Finn, Ray, him, whatever his name is, and Fern. It's just like, can we get some normal names? And anyway, they're on this planet, and they accidentally take off. They find this spaceship, and they accidentally take off on it. And they eventually cross paths with Jude Law's character, who's a pirate. And a bunch of the show is essentially trying to get back to Adatin. It's very hidden from the galaxy. We don't know why it's hidden. It's just they're... And the cool meta thing is they know about the Jedi, and so they're talking about the Jedi in the show, almost like we're talking about the Jedi in real life, being kids. Because they're just legends to them. They don't know anything about it. They don't know about the fall of the Empire, and so they're really disconnected. So I think it's a really cool setup, and Jude Law has this lightsaber the whole show, and he does this trick where he's pretending to be a Jedi and use force pull and whatnot, but it's really just Jude Law using like a magnet thing. But I really thought it was cool how they had, and this is the thing, is like, you don't have to be a Jedi to use a lightsaber. They should do this more. Like, have regular people use them, have them be shitty at them, have them be a lot less, what's the word I'm looking for? Just a lot less capable with them, and I think that would be really cool. And so as the show progresses, eventually they find their way back to Adatin. They run into this really cool owl character. I always like owls in anything. I don't know why. I just like them as an animal. But the owl being like the wise kind of character I thought was cool. And eventually they find their way back to Adatin to see... basically Jude Law just wants money. He's pretending to be an emissary. And one of the cool things about the finale is that you find out that the supervisor of the planet is basically just a robot. It's just one big AI. And this really reminded me of multiple things. It reminded me of Superman and Brainiac. And Brainiac Brainiac was like basically not in charge, but like the brains of Krypton. And then it reminded me of this Batman animated show, episode of the show. I forgot the name, where he basically does the same thing. He basically battles a supercomputer, which looked very similar. And I thought it was really, really cool how Jude Law killed the computer. He stuck the lightsaber, and it just shows you the power of a lightsaber. I really think they showed you just how powerful a lightsaber is. And that's what I'm talking about with the filmmaking. It was just so good. I think little things like that add up, and that's the kind of stuff I look for. And so, yeah, the show ends. Eventually they call in the New Republic and the TIE fighters, and they come in and rescue them. And, it's not like a really spoiler-heavy show. The spoilers don't really matter. I think Jude Law survived. I don't know if we see him again. I think he's just kind of there. But great performance by Jude Law. I really enjoyed him. I think he's a really good actor. Kind of bittersweet, because I think he could have played a great Jedi, but it is what it is. That's my review of Skeleton Crew. I really, really enjoyed the show. I thought it was great. I would highly recommend watching it. Just bang it out. I think it's great that the episodes aren't super long. I wasn't looking to watch 1 hour long episodes of the show. So yeah, just a win for Star Wars. They needed a show like this. They never had a show like this. And so I'm really excited about it. Thanks guys for watching. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.